Where we at? Wake up. Is today Friday? No, I don't even know. It feels like Friday. Because today is a great day to have a great day. What's going on? Throw in the chat how we feeling. Great morning. I think we should shut the call down because, quite frankly, I only see Mia. And it's great to see Mia. Maybe we should just leave her and put everybody else in the waiting room. Give everybody a second chance. Okay, Kia, what's going on, Queen? Kia, you on Luhv Plus going crazy. She said, I'm going to do my homework. She said, y'all not finna call me out every morning. What's up, Queen? How you feeling? Great morning. What's going on? What's going on? What's up, Queen Naima? How we feeling? Throw it in the chat. How we feeling? It's Thursday. How are we feeling? What's going on? Let's get these cameras on. Because if you don't show up, you ain't finna glow up. Today is a great day to have a great day. I'm blessed to be here. It's good to see everyone. What's going on, King Bruce? How we feeling? Throw it in the chat. How we feeling? Beautiful Friday, family. It's Thursday. It's Friday. It is Friday. It's Friday.
It's Friday.
It's Friday.
It's Friday.
How is it Friday?
Turn up that energy,
Yo,
coach.
I just thought I had this energy because it was a great day. It's Friday.
It's Friday.
Y'all know, if y'all know what Friday means for the Golden Impact, y'all know what Friday means for your energy, coach. If y'all know what Friday means for you, throw it in the chat. What does Friday mean? And whoever get it, I'm gonna give you a virtual hug. All right, Samoa guy, but keep throwing it in the chat. I'm gonna give you a virtual hug. I'm gonna give you a virtual hug. Naya, what's going on? Your hair look good, Queen. What's going on? Let's get it. And now we outside. We at the palm trees. And what's going on? What up? Chris, too much. Always too much. Never too little. I love it. What's going on, family? Get these cameras on. Because respectfully, my team is high vibrational. It don't even got to be Friday. They didn't have me open up the call on a Friday. On a Friday? Let's go. Wake up. It's Don't Fold Friday. We don't fold in everything that we do. And I'm not introducing none of our team if I don't have these cameras on, if I don't really see what's going on. Throw in the chat how we feeling. We don't fold. We have every opportunity. Let's get it. 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 Throw it in the chat how we feel. Yes, don't fold. Okay. How we feeling, though? It's about to be halfway through the first quarter. Halfway through the first quarter. In one word, describe to me how the first quarter has already been. In one word, in the chat, right? Simplicity, right? We're going to add some decency and order to how we feeling. Because we're not going to be all over the place. We're not going to feel overwhelmed. We're not going to feel like we can't do it, right? I'm up here cursing. Throw in one word, explosive. Yeah, that's the one. She said, I'm there, explosive. Let's go. Great. Okay, intentional. Let's get it. Let's get some more words in here because I want to get the team up here. We have a very, 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 very special guest near and dear to my heart, near and dear to the New York State, near and dear to the financial, near and dear to the accountant. But I'm going to let Sunshine shine her light on who it is. But I had to throw it in because it's my brother. Let's get it going. I want y'all to watch this clip real quick, and we're going to have Sunshine come up and shine her light. Let's get it.
They said, forget the clip.
Oh, they said, I am the clip. Okay. No, there we go. All right, let's get it, y'all.
Well, right, beautiful people. How are we feeling? And yes, Energy Coach, is Friday. What we talking about, y'all? And yes, it is always in the community. It's always don't fold because this community, we never fold. We never, ever, ever fold. So I don't care what kind of week you had. I don't care what kind of week you had. I don't care who said no. I don't care who doubted you. I don't care how this year started off for you. It don't matter. We in beast mode. Do you understand me? Because this is our championship year. It doesn't matter. We don't fold here. So don't worry about the naysayers. Don't worry about who trying to stop you. Don't worry about how this year may have started. Don't worry about what it look right now. This is our championship year. We are already winning. I need you to know what you know. Do you understand me? Because y'all are mailbox millionaires. I need everybody to come off mute because it is Friday. We're going to get this energy started right now. Let's go. Everybody come off mute. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's get
Yes, we in the building. Let's go.
Let's
Let's
go. Let's go. I need
Morning. Let's go. Let's
Loving it,
go.
loving it,
Yeah.
loving it.
Good
Don't fold.
morning.
Don't fold.
Don't
Morning, good morning. Don't
Don't
fold.
fold. Don't fold.
Don't
you
fold.
fold.
Let's go.
Absolutely
Let's
love it. Let's
No.
go. Let's
go.
go.
I love it. I
We
love it.
staying
Let's
in
get
beast
it.
mode.
Let's
Staying
get it.
in beast mode. Absolutely, y'all. This week has been a challenging week for me. Let me tell you, I had to beast up. I had to beast up. Sometimes we have the tendency to forget our greatness. Don't you ever allow yourself to forget your greatness. However, sometimes we just got to be reminded. Sometimes we got to, things in life have to apply that pressure for us to be reminded of how great we truly are. And when you are, make sure you walk in that. Just make sure you walk in that. Y'all are great. Being in this community is great. Our mentors are absolutely phenomenal. And let me tell you something. This person that's about to come up in a minute, listen, look, we have a community full of greatness all around us. So, yes, y'all, we are here for our Accountability Accelerator Boot Camp Challenge. Y'all already know what we're doing, right? Where we at? Where we going with this? So this is week 2, family, and this is all about financial empowerment. And so in this second week of our program, we're looking to explore the fundamental principle that the key, there we go, that the key to creating cash flow is keeping money in motion, y'all. We got to keep that money in motion, and that understanding that the root word for motion aligns seamlessly with the essence of cash flow. So we delve into the interconnected dynamics between money, energy, and circulation. The week begins by recognizing that motion carries energy. Energy is everything, y'all, and that money is an exchange of spiritual energy. It follows the same principles. And so we acknowledge that energy produces waves, generating a current that mirrors the up and down flow of money, sometimes more, sometimes less. This understanding leads us to the concept of currency, emphasizing the necessity of money circulation. To achieve this, participants are encouraged to strategically place money into places, people, or things that facilitates its continuous flow. When money is invested in people from whom knowledge can be gained, the circulation of money is initiated. This occurs as the information acquired from mentors or knowledgeable individuals can be exchanged for money. Woo! So, similarities, directing funds into places that yield tangible assets, such as real estate or need-based businesses, creates a cycle of exchange where others willingly trade their money for these valuable assets, right? Moreover, putting money into products that meet the demands or desires of others contributes to the circulation of money. So as people willingly exchange their money for these sought-after products, throughout the week, we emphasize that money is inherently meant for circulation, and participants are cautioned against avenues that hinder this flow. Taking money out of circulation, family, whether through stagnant investments or unproductive ventures, is recognized as detrimental to accumulating wealth. The week concludes by reinforcing the transformative power of keeping money in constant motion by adhering to the principle that money is meant to circulate. Participants are empowered to create lasting wealth through continuous and purpose financial exchanges. We have to keep the money in motion. We got to, y'all see that water behind Anna, right? Y'all see that water moving behind Anna? We got to keep that money in motion. Anna gonna look back one day. Y'all gonna see sunshine in that tree. Y'all gonna see me in that tree behind Anna one day. Look, I'm not playing, but we got to keep our money in motion, family. Keep it in that constant currency. Keep it flowing. And so we got to invest in places. We got to invest in people and invest in things, family. Yes, yes, and yes. Who is keeping that currency in circular motion? Let me see any hands. Anybody? Anybody in here have the money that they want to have already? Okay, Jazzy Pooh. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Well, this next king, man, listen, if y'all have not gotten the opportunity to talk with this king, to understand or pick his brain a little bit, because this man, I don't know, he's part man, part genius when it comes to this money flow. We got some things to talk about because he knows about circulating some money. So if you haven't had a one-on-one conversation with him yet, you will want to definitely after today. I want to bring up what I like to call my king too much, but his name is Chris Tuma. And he is definitely too much on a few levels, okay? Chris, I need everybody to come off mute right now and show so much love for one of our genius kings in the family that knows a lot about money, family. We got some major players in the game. We playing chess, not checkers, when we bring these type of kings up. So I need everybody to come off mute right now. Right now.
That's my
And
man.
get up.
Let's
It
go.
is.
Yeah, let's
Go,
go.
Chris.
Too much
Let's
Chris in the
go.
building. Let's
tumor.
get it.
Yeah.
Too much
Go,
tumor. Let's
Chris.
get it. Yes. Let's go. Let's go. Turn them
Yeah,
up. Turn
it's
them up.
Chris.
Turn
Ready
them
for
up.
you. You
My
better
brother,
bring it
that's
Get
my
us
too.
brother
going.
for
You
Get us
life.
better bring
going.
it.
My brother for
Hey,
life. What's
Go.
going on,
You got
kid?
this,
Chris
kid.
is
let's
Let's
great.
Sharp,
go.
looking sharp, looking sharp.
Hey, let's get
Thank
it
you, thank you, thank you.
Go.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Friday, everyone. I'm happy to be here. I'm grateful to be here. Appreciate Coach Crew and everyone, Luhv Plus, the family, for just inviting me and allowing me to present to you this morning. Wow. So, I'm going to be speaking about finances and, the importance of understanding financial statements. And, you can hire the experts, you can hire, people to do it, but you need to understand what you are actually doing with how your companies are performing, how you are performing in life. And, King Crew always talks about it. Coach Crew always speaks about accountability. This is part of it, right? It's like one umbrella, right? I like to say money grows on trees, but we judge a fruit by we judge a tree by the fruit it bears, right? So what kind of fruit is your financial tree bearing, right? And so understanding that and understanding the importance of what the experts that you're hiring are doing is going to be crucial to your profitability, but also how your business scales. I'll share my screen a little bit. Let's see. How's everyone feeling this morning? First of all, how's everyone feeling? Put a 1 in the chat of great. Put a 2 in the chat of so. Put a 3 in the chat if you don't even know. Let me see. So as I get my screen together, let me see. Let's play this. How do you play this? Here we go. Play. All right. Cool. All right. Let's see what those responses are like. What we got? X this out. Chat 111. Great mood. Okay. So I'm in good company. I'm gonna be with you for a few seconds if that's all right with you. And let's learn about finances. So this could get kind of dry. So again, stop me any questions. Money grows on trees. My name is Chris Tuma, and I'm coming to you with accounting basics. I'm going to go over who I am, the 3 most important financial statements, and the financial ratios. For the financial ratios, I'll go over profitability ratios, liquidity ratios, leverage ratios, efficiency ratios. We'll go over one example of each. And from there, that'll be my time, and I'll ask you a few questions if you don't understand. Now, who am I? Sorry, a second. So I was born and raised Brooklyn, New York. Graduated. I went to Abraham Lincoln. I'm not sure who's in the building, where everyone's from, but I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I went to Abraham Lincoln High School. Went to Quinnipiac, first college graduate. I grew up in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, and it was pretty rough. I got a full half of a scholarship to go to Quinnipiac University. My mother always, stressed the importance of me, going to college. And when I was 18, she was one of my biggest fans. I went to college. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew I was good with money. Accounting was, I majored in accounting and legal studies, or what they call it legal studies, but it's law. And, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I got several jobs during college, support myself. I didn't have the full money to be there, but I, was able to get financial aid, and I applied and got it. Eventually went on to graduate, worked at Ernst & Young for a couple of years, about 4 years, and now I've been at the company I'm now for 7. So I got over 10 years of experience in accounting currently. I'm a leader, I'm a mentor. I develop my people skills and my network skills. Everything is about relationships, y'all. That's how I'm here, and that's what it's all about. And I'm here to present some of my skill set with you this morning. It's a bit heavy topic for the morning, so I just ask you to bear with me, and as we go through some of the dry stuff, but I'm gonna try to make it as exciting as possible. I'll drop my link in the chat calendar if you want to, have a conversation with me towards the end. But other than that, let's dive right into it. And yeah, let's go. Does anyone know, like, drop a 1 in the chat if you understand what income statement is, balance sheet, statement of cash flows is, or drop a 2 if you don't know anything about it. Drop a 3 if you never heard, if you know it, but you kind of just don't understand it. What we got? I like money dry. Okay. So everyone knows what's going on here, the 3 most important financial statements. Everyone should know. Okay, 2, 2, 2, 1. Okay, 1. Okay, okay. So you're familiar with it. Okay, cool. You should be. These are the 3 most important, and it's tax season now, y'all. So these are the 3 most important financial statements. Your income statement, your balance sheet, and your statement of cash flows. Your income statement is going to be your net income. That's the one everyone is always talking about. They call the revenue your top line, and they call the net income the bottom line. So when you speak about, companies only care about their bottom line, or companies only care about their top line, this is the terminology that they're referring to is revenues top line, net income bottom line. Balance sheet, that's going to assess your company's health, your company's financial health. It could assess your health, right? Like your personal financials, your personal bank statements. How are you doing? What are you worth? This is essentially the net worth financial statement, right? What is it worth? What is your financial health for your company? So that's going to be your assets equals your liabilities plus shareholders' equity. Your statement of cash flows. How are you spending your money, right? Net cash flow, operations, investing, financing. Net cash flow equals operations, investing, financing. What that simply means is, okay, on this financial statement, we're analyzing and we're assessing how are you spending money in your day-to-day operations for your business. We're looking at how are you investing your money. We're looking at how you financing. So we speak about, creating assets, or getting the right mindset to acquire the right assets to enjoy the lifestyle that we want to live. So how are you spending the money, and where are you getting this finance from to buy these assets? So that may look like a loan to buy a car, or a loan to buy property. That's kind of goes into that, but I'll get into that later. Where we at? So this is me. Nice little selfie there. Nice little profile pic. I hope everybody got those profile pics. Get those professional pics. You always need some. 3 most important financial statements. Okay, let's get into income statement. The income statement. Again, everyone always speaks about this. Net income is a product of your retained earnings. Retained earnings is something that you would eventually go into your balance sheet. Your retained earnings is, okay, if you had a net income last year and net loss this year, the net of those 2 will ultimately be your retained earnings. That contributes to your financial health of your company, right? When you go into these banks and you're trying to get a loan, and you're trying to, acquire these business cards and get essentially want to become a partner with the bank, they're going to ask you for your income statement. How much revenue are you generating? How much expenses, outflows? What's the increase? Right here it says assets and liabilities, but we just went over that. That's on the balance sheet. But your expenses are exactly that, right? What are you spending your money on as far as the day-to-day expenses? The health of the operations. Revenue, the income statement is at a period in time. So you can have income statements for the month, the quarter, or annually. A lot of times, we see companies that have quarterly statements, and we see companies that have annual statements. They call it 10K and 10Q, or 10Q and a 10K. But you, as an individual, you can do your income statement personally from a monthly perspective. As you start to grow your business, you're looking at revenue. How much revenue that I generated? How much expenses have I made? Have created this month, or incurred. We call it incurred this month. And your net income or your net loss would be the revenue minus your expenses. So this kind of understanding this, or they call it statement of operations. There's also another word, they call it profit and loss statements. But this is super important for a period in time. You may have had a bad year, but the balance sheet is going to show you overall, this is how your company has been performing in the last 5 years or the last 2 years, whatever overall period that may be. And this is prepared before the balance sheet and the cash. The income statement is prepared before the balance sheet and the cash flow. This is an example of an income statement. Your sales also could be your revenue, cost of goods sold. Those are expenses directly related to the products or services that you're incurring. Operating expenses, selling expenses, that's selling and administrative, essentially be like marketing, advertising. That's an example of that. And that's your income from operations. So again, what I mentioned earlier, your day-to-day operations, your income statement showing how is your company performing in a period of time. Other revenue, expenses, interest revenue, interest expense. If you have like any investments, if you have anything in the bank where you're incurring interest at like any bonds, any CDs, anything, or even if you have a property that you're an investor of and you're getting interest, quarterly interest, interest paid quarterly, dividends, stocks, income before taxes. So typically a lot of companies might ask you, what's your EBITDA? Your earnings before interest, tax, and depreciation and or amortization. They want to see what is your company doing on an operational level before you pay interest, before you pay taxes, before you pay depreciation or amortization expense. So that's kind of like everything here up. So before income tax, before income statement, that's kind of usually considered like EBITDA, earnings before interest, tax, depreciation, amortization. And then your net income, your bottom line. Your top line, sales revenue, bottom line, net income. So now you can be a part of that. People like to throw that around, but balance sheet. This is a statement of financial position. Again, we went over this earlier. This is your financial health of your company. Again, it could also be reflective of you, right? How are you performing as an individual figuratively from like what is your financial health? Are you being wise with what you're doing? Or like, what is your net worth? Do you have more liabilities do you have assets? You have assets more than you have liabilities. So let's get into it. Assets are balanced with this. Assets are balances with the sum of liabilities, owner's equity. Owner's equity, as an individual, that's your contributions or what you essentially are. Like it says owners because that's your company, right? So whoever owns your company, that would be your, or sometimes they'll say stockholders' equity. Whoever has investments or stock in the company, who's the beneficiary of who's the financial beneficiary of that company. Assets, they generate income. Liabilities take away. Current assets, that's anything within any asset that can be sold or can be liquidated within a year. Current liabilities, any obligations that can be paid within a year. So when you're looking at the balance sheet, and the balance sheet is prepared after the income statement but before cash flows. This is an example of a balance sheet. So you got current assets, that's cash. Let me see how I'm doing on time. You got the current assets, that's cash, short-term investments, AR. So the cash, that's just what's sitting in your bank right now. Short-term investments can be a CD that's under 6 months old or under a year old. We are familiar with CDs, so I kind of play on that. Certificate of deposit. If you're not familiar, certificate of deposit is essentially a financial tool or a channel that you can use to, if you're unsure, you don't want to put your money in a savings account, it provides you more interest on your money than a savings account. So I'm not going to go through all of these due to the sake of time, but prepaid expenses. A prepaid expense, cool prepaid expense will kind of be your insurance, your car insurance, right? Typically, when you pay your insurance, if you have ever paid your insurance for the month, or if you paid it full in 6 months, if you go to cancel that insurance, they give you a little check in the bank in the mail to give you the remaining balance on that payment, right? Because you pay your car insurance in advance, and you pay your mortgage for the month after the month is over, by the way. So it's kind of the reverse. But in investments also, then you have property, plant, and equipment. This is where everyone wants real estate things. This is where that will fall under here. The cars, your real estate, any land you have, any buildings you may, any equipment related to that land. So whatever you may have, that goes here, and this is where your depreciation goes. This is the accumulated depreciation, and the difference or the change in this actually is the depreciation expense, which we spoke about on the income statement earlier. Intangible assets, this is where your patents will go. Any patents you have or trademarks, my trademark here on Gold Mile G, that's actually something that I own, right? So the gold, that's the value of that will go here, right? Liabilities, current liabilities, anything that you can pay within a year, right? So short-term payables, that's all it's just your bills, your typical bills, cell phone bill, whatever, car note, et cetera, the typical bills that you may have. Income tax payable, that's self-explanatory. Deferred revenue is something that's interesting. That's an IOU. So somebody says, you perform a service or you give somebody a product and they say, okay, cool, I'm gonna give you the money, or they give you some money in advance for you to do services for them. So they'll be like, give you $100 for you to show up in my house to do some services for me, do my tax, or $250, $300 do my taxes for me. Deferred revenue, you can't recognize that revenue until you actually perform the service. Long-term liabilities, this is where your mortgages fall into, right? Anything beyond a year, what kind of any liability that you have will fall into this category here. Stockholders' equity, you spoke about this or you mentioned it earlier. There go that retained earnings right there. That's like the net sum of your net income on net losses. Common stock, share stock, those are for larger companies. So primarily the stockholders' equity for the all intents and purposes of this conversation would be the value, the owner's contributions, what you make to your company, and what you have, what you make to your company. And for the sake of time, I'm gonna just jump into the statement of cash flows. Helpful in understanding operations, liquidity, and solvency, and potential for positive cash flows. Those are the technical terminologies. However, your statement of cash flow is how are you spending your money, right? Where are you spending your money? In your operating, in your investment, and in your investing activities or your financing activities, right? So there's 3 sections on the statement of cash flow, and the sum total of those will be your net cash flow. So essentially, your cash balance on your balance sheet, this is the detail of where that cash is being spent, or project, and it shows the investing activities that you're making. So if somebody's looking to make an investment in you, they're like, okay, well, where's this individual spending their money? This individual spending their money here. Okay, how is that going to profit the company? What is the value of that to the company? And so you see here the sale of investments, cash received from loans receivable. So you see, you get like, get into the details of loans that you may have acquired, or, this is like a debt, I took out a loan to make an investment in a property. Operations, I collected this money from customers. I paid this money to suppliers or vendors, right? These are all operations. And financing, what's the borrowing money, like, or your debt that you have. This is an example of cash flows. It's 9:05 now. So this is an example of the cash flows. I'm not going to go too much into detail here, but there are 3 sections, and the sum of those sections will be the net cash increase or decrease in cash during the year. And just so you know, before I go into questions, there are 4 major financial ratios that you can use to assess your financial health. It's the profitability ratio. How well does your company generate profits, right? Or the liquidity ratio. Does your company have enough cash to pay its bills, right? And the leverage ratio. How extensively is the company using debt? So how are you leveraging that? We speak about leverage all the time, right? Leveraging, our building relationships so we can leverage opportunities, right? Well, how are you leveraging your debt? Like, how are you using that to help increase the profitability and scale your company, right? Efficiencies, like, How efficient does your company use its asset and capital? Are you being responsible with the money that you are putting in your company or the customers are putting in your company? How are you managing your company? And they say capital, right? Assets and capital. So do you have capital? That's the question they ask you on all these applications. What's your capital? What's your solvent? What's your liquidity, right? This is an example of profitability. This example of liquidity. And I'm for the sake of time, I'm just showing you these for now. Leverage and efficiency. Life is like accounting. Everything must balance. I like that quote for the simple fact that, you know, when we speak about accountability, it's important to understand that you know what you focus on expounds, right? So the things that you invest time in, the things that you allow to come into you, that people that you allow to come in, the people and the things that you allow to be invested and ported to you, ultimately must all balance. It has to be some type of accounting. You have to account for everything that you're doing and all the things that you're interacting with. Any questions? So this is my information here. Contact. I could drop my calendar in the chat. I know that was a little fast. I threw a lot, but I also know it's the morning and my allotted time, so I want to be respectful. You know, efficiency. So this is my contact information. This is my email. And if you have any questions in regards to what I discussed and you want to go into further for a personal assessment or business operations, let me know. And I'll also drop my calendar in the chat. Any questions? Let's see.
You can stop sharing your screen. I need everybody to come off mute. Come off mute. And let's give it up for our King Chris, please.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely.
thank you, King.
Good job, man. Great job.
Good job.
Yes,
Amazing job,
Great,
man.
job.
great,
It's
great.
the
Thank
valid
you.
sheets
In the
for
building.
me. It's the
Absolutely.
valid sheets for me.
We need that
No,
information.
I appreciate it. Thank y'all for having me. Any questions or we I dropped my calendar in the chat for people who want to reach out to me and we could talk further. Again, I know it's the morning's Friday, so we still, you know, it's important. What are your money goals? Like any money goals? What's the now that you know, you got the assessments, you got the ratios, what's the money goals?
He said, drop the money goes in the chat, family. So we got some hands up. We got that golden impact. What's going on, Queen?
What up, what up, what up? Don't matter if it's Friday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, love. What's that song? That's my song. Anyway. All right, so boom, real quick. When it comes to the accounts receivables, right? That's money that people have to pay you. They didn't necessarily pay you yet. Let's say it's 2024. Well, it's 2024, about to do the taxes, right? If you were supposed to get paid from the last quarter of 2023, right? It's technically in accounts receivable because you didn't get paid for that yet. Am I including that in my income for 2023 to be filed? Or no, because I didn't receive it yet?
That's a good question. So in the world of accounting, we got the debit and the credit. So the credit will be the revenue, and the debit will be accounts receivable. So in other words, it's already recorded. It should be already recorded as revenue because you provided the product or the service. So even though you ain't received the money, you provided the service. So you what they call recognize it in the period in which it occurred, and you recognize expenses in the period in which they incurred. So that's that. So
Copy.
yeah.
And even if it's like a dividend or a payout or something like that, still the same thing because of the period that it was supposed to occur.
Whatever. Think about it. All your revenues and your sales they are recognized in the period that they occurred. So if you received it last year or you performed it last year, you owed it as an accountant, your accountant should have it already recorded on your books as revenue.
Perfect. Thank you so much, King.
No problem, no problem.
That's some good information right there. We need that. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Hey, Chris.
Oh. Hey, what's going on? What's going on?
What's good? What's good?
King
What's
Naya,
good?
what's going on?
Great
Queen.
job.
What's going
What?
on?
Great job as usual, as usual. So, as a result of all that you've been teaching this last year, Ty, all of y'all, right? I'm finally getting this bookkeeping stuff together and in order, right? So
Yep,
my
yep.
bookkeeper recently had a meeting with me and set up my QuickBooks, right?
Okay.
So my question is, does these reports like the balance sheet, the P&L and all of that stuff automatically generate because of that software, or and who will prepare those reports for me? Is that something that my bookkeeper do? Do I have to do it? I'm just new to this.
Your bookkeeper, you have a bookkeeper, they should be providing you with that's the bookkeeping service. The software is the intent of the software is to manage, what the activity within your accounts so that it's not as tedious for the bookkeeper to prepare. So the softwares, they do a good job, but you still have to review it to make sure that it's categorized correctly. Certain revenues, maybe you made a contribution to your own company in your business account, and that's not revenue. That's owner's contribution, right? So, or maybe you made a refund or return. You need to still review that bookkeeping software information so that you're able to accurately present and file your financials for your business.
Okay. And I'm like, this is very uncomfortable for me because girlfriend all up in me. She up in me like a wedgie. Like she asking for all kinds of access and everything. And I just want to know that that's right, because when she asked me to be added to my accounts, like my bank accounts, I was like, Queen, like what are we doing here? But she just wanted to be added on as to view everything that comes in and out of is that standard, or should I be concerned about?
So yes, it's important to have your lawyer and your accountant, as a business owner would be they should be your best friends. And as a professional, you have a fiduciary duty to, which essentially means they are invested in you, right? So they should be operating off the best interests of their clients. And yes, that's normal, for them to be able to ask you information and stuff like that. You know how you go to a lawyer and they have client attorney privilege or whatever the case may be. Well, you should have that also with your accountant as well, because I mean, when the questions start coming from the IRS and things of that nature, you're gonna want them to stand in front of you to defend you in that regard. So in order to do that, you got to give them the information that they need. Now, if you feel for whatever reason you feel uncomfortable with that, what you can do is ask, them to explain, what they are going to be doing, and then you hold them accountable for doing that, right?
Yeah, I told sis, you want my information, run me your social, run me your
I mean,
credentials.
I mean, you know what? We it's funny because I think when it comes to money, it's very personal. And we got these things, something's there before it happens, but it's just like doing your taxes too, right? You got to be fully disclosed of all the information in order for somebody to help you, right?
Yeah, I'm vulnerable because I know I need the help. And like already just in a little bit of a short period of time, she's just been identifying some things, like making sure there's no commingling going on and just all kinds of things that I normally would allow to fly under the radar. So thank you for that. And then my last question, and then I'm gonna let Anna go. Can you please break down this liquidity thing one more time? Like what assets are assets? Can assets be liquid or liquidity, or is it just like cash, like that I can tangibly get out of the bank? And then I'm done.
Liquid, when they ask you how liquid you are, it's usually a question about what cash do you have readily available. If you needed to go get 50,000 tomorrow, would you be able to do that? Like how liquid are you? Like liquid is you got it. I mean, you said it. It's cash. How liquid
Okay.
is cash? And a lot of times it's within under like a certain period of time. So like that's how they measure how liquid you are. Typically, the threshold is usually a year, under a year or 6 months is how liquid are you. Like I give you an example. If you have a 18-month CD, I wouldn't include that in cash that you have, right?
Got it.
Because you won't necessarily if you can't easily access that money without, you know, and then you got fees and stuff like that, et cetera, et cetera. So you got to take those in consideration. Then you would how much cash you have liquid would be deducted by the challenges it takes for you to get
Getting
that.
it. Oh, okay. Okay. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah, no problem.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on?
Good. I have a question for you.
Okay.
So I'm in the process of purchasing a new construction, and I'm purchasing cash. So last year, I made a down payment, right? And I'm now wondering if this year that would qualify as an expense, even though delivery isn't going to be until this year, May. So do I expense the payments? Because I know you mentioned to Jazz just now, if the service is provided, it counts the revenue, even though the funds are not there yet, the revenue still counts. So in this case, where the builder, they've received the funds, but the property hasn't been delivered yet, can I write that off in you as an expense in 2024 when I do my 2023 taxes?
It if you haven't received anything or you haven't like no construction has been done, they would
Construction started. It started.
Okay, so you would have to work with your accountant to understand because there's something called a CIP, a construction in progress, and there's accounting for the percentage of work that was done versus the total amount that needs to get done. So short answer is you may be able to write off a portion of that, but not the whole thing.
Got it. But what about upon completion? Once the property has been delivered, can I
So
write?
then now we're speaking about capitalized cost and so again it's a percentage of completion. So you would typically recognize it based on the percentage of completion, depending on how you are filing your financials. So you have when you're speaking with your accountant, you're speaking with your bookkeeper, like you have to have like have somebody that understands the accounting aspect of how to recognize expenses and also capitalize costs. Because if you're doing anything in construction, if it's providing value to your property, things of that nature, it can be allocated over a period of time as well, where you may actually want to defer it, you know, because it might actually save you taxes in the future. In
Okay.
that regard. Yeah. So anything when it comes to like construction and stuff like that, there's the opportunity for you in a tax and you can ask your tax accountant as well that there's an opportunity for you to write that off. But sometimes if you can get a tax abatement or if there's some, you know, opportunity for you to have future credits, right? For that you can, depending on where it's at, first of all, that's also tax laws on, you know, location, jurisdiction, stuff like that. So short answer to your question is yes, you may be able to write part of that off, but like not the 100% off because it hasn't been received 100%. So
Got it. Perfect. Thank you.
no problem.
Thank you so much. Again, we appreciate you so much, Chris. Again, everybody show Chris some love in the chat.
Thank you.
We appreciate you.
Love being here, man. Appreciate y'all and thank you for the opportunity. I dropped my calendar in the chat. So if anybody wants to set up a personal call, we can do that and let's just get it going. Happy Friday, y'all. And, let's get it.
Absolutely. Thank you again, Chris. We appreciate you. All right, y'all. Y'all should know what time it is at this point. What time is it, y'all? we are moving into this segment of what? Assigned and aligned. It's all about tracking money, right? That's what we're talking about. And so the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. And so if you don't track your money, I'm sure you don't track your progress or your accountability. So we're about to see who's been doing their work. And y'all should already know that we're about to get to this segment, right? Y'all should know that already.
Sunshine, real quick. Can I add some value, Sunshine, before you do your thing?
We got big mobile in.
What up, y'all? Top of the morning. How y'all feeling? I'm only gonna be like 3 minutes, and hold me accountable. But I just wanted to add value to what Chris Tuma Legacy, my guy. What up, bro? Amazing job, bro. I'm really, really proud of you because you already know, the journey. You know what I mean? You already know. I think we like 8 years in, you know what I mean? Something like that. But everything that he's teaching you and everything that we're teaching you in this Mailbox Motivation Academy is methodical, right? And we cannot skip steps. We have to do everything step by step because you want to be prepared for the direction that you're heading, right? That's all this is about, right? You want to be prepared for the direction that you're heading. And last night, you guys, everybody probably seen it, I was at this private dinner with Bank of America, Merrill Lynch, with like top executives, millionaires, and things like that. That's on a high level. And I was the youngest person in the room, but I was like the most nervous person in the room, right? I was like at the bottom of the room. I was like a mentee, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't know nothing, you know what I'm saying? So even as your coach and mentor, right? I'm at a point where I have to grow now at the level that I'm at. Like I hit this level, now I'm opening a new door, and it's like, oh, what's going on over here, right? And one of the executives, right? He was like, hey, I want to introduce you to somebody named Joaquin. I'm like, who the hell is Joaquin? I don't know no Joaquin, right? He's like, yeah, I want to introduce you to Joaquin, man. I'm pretty sure you know him already. I said, I don't know Joaquin, right? So he ended up bringing me to this table, and it was Waka Flocka. Like, yeah, this is so Joaquin. I think that's obviously that's his real name, and I don't know about his real name. So he's like, yeah, this is Joaquin and stuff like that. Introduced me to Waka Flocka. He said, yo, sit down with him. Y'all could just talk, 15, 20 minutes. I just want y'all to connect. So me and Waka Flocka sit down at the table. So then you got to ask yourself, right? If you go into a room and if somebody randomly just put you in at a table for 15, 20 minutes to sit down with Waka Flocka, what do you say? Like, what's the first thing? What do you ask? How do you, I'm like, I don't know what to say. I mean, I'm just here, you know what I mean? So, but the reason why I'm sharing is because if we don't do these small things now, when an opportunity presents itself like something like that, which is going to happen, we won't know how to maximize. We won't know how to seize that opportunity. And even as your mentor, right, I didn't seize the opportunity the way I should have, right? Because as obviously he asked me what I do, and I told him, I have an online education company, brand, teach thousands of people how to buy commercial real estate. Creatively, Mailbox Motivation Academy, I own self-storage. Like I could break down my resume. I know what I've done. And then he asked me, he said, all right, that's dope, man. Like, so what do you need? I said, what you mean what I need? I'm here. I don't know what I need. He said, yo, how much do you need? I said, I don't know what you mean. He's like, yo, you in here with Bank of America. Like, why you need the banks? Why you got your money in the banks? Do you know why the banks were even started? Why do you using the bank? Just use private money. I was like, well, like out of my sphere of influence, I'm kind of like the top of the top. So it's like I don't got a lot of private money yet. You know what I mean? I'm trying to build the private money, right? I got a few things. He said, yo, you need to let me know how much you need. I need to know a number. Is it 5 million? Is it 10 million? Is it 20 million? And why do you need this? Like, what's going to be the result of this? What's going to be the impact behind it? Because when you're in a room like this and you connect with somebody like me that got a bunch of money, I'm looking to invest. I'm looking to be a private lender, self-storage. I want to be a part of that. I don't know nothing about it. You the go-to guy. But if I'm asking you how much you need and why you need it, like you got to have that laid down. And I didn't have it. I wasn't prepared. You know what I'm saying? So it goes back to these fundamental things of having your P&Ls in order, having your financials in order, having your goals laid out, right? It's not thinking just for short term. Let's think about 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. How much money do we want to make? How much money do we need to raise? What is the impact behind what we want to do? Like I had to really sit there and like, damn, next time I'm in a room, I need to know if I get with somebody that's a multi-millionaire billionaire, I need to say, yo, I need 10 million. And this is why I need 10 million. Because with that 10 million, I could open up X amount of storage facilities. I could open up X amount of nonprofit or recreation centers. I could employ X amount of people, and I could add this amount of money, wealth to the community. I need to have these financials dialed in. But how do we do that? By doing the things now. By putting in these reps now that we're doing now. So I just wanted to share that so y'all can have, you know, some insight on why we teach the things that we teach. So I'm pretty much like you know, Harriet Tubman. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here kind of get out there. I'm gonna bring back the game so that we can implement and we can get into these doors as well. So I just wanted to add that value, and I'm gonna jump out of here. All right, pass it back to you.
That's major, y'all. I picked up everything he just put down because that was major. Getting in a room with somebody asking you that type of question that could basically lay down that type of money for you and change your whole everything. Yeah, y'all. So when these kings are saying do the work, do the work, do the work. Everything we do matters. They say it to us all the time. Everything we do matters. And what Big Mogul just said is one of the reasons why. And why it's so important to get into the rooms, and why it's so important to show up, and why it's so important to have everything in order. So let's get to see who's doing this work. Who's putting this sweat in the game, y'all? Let's go. Anybody pulling up this screen real quick? Family. Muchas gracias. So again, it's all about tracking your results because I know all of this goes hand in hand. Hopefully this has gotten better since y'all know that every single time we come in here, we're going to be doing this. It's not going to change. Okay. Okay. Right now. Okay. There is some progression. I like it. That Queen Mia. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, business planner. I love it. Show the Queen Mia some love. She getting it done. And she's in here talking about like her non-negotiables, if I'm not mistaken. And as far as her family is concerned, she says, today I must submit documentation for global re-entry. And my family has been very supportive during this mentorship and will be traveling when goal milestones are reached. Having our known traveler status ready to go will be a great reminder that I'm closer to my goal. On a personal, she states that today I must commit to drinking 64 ounces of water by 3 p.m. Staying hydrated will keep me alert and focused, and it will also help me resist the urge to mindlessly snack throughout the day. Getting full off that hydration is major. Business-wise, today, the Queen states that I must structure my project management database to track tasks for my various business ventures. I will write the steps that are necessary to fulfill each one. All steps will have a due date, be actionable, and be measurable. She got them SMART goals set up. I love it. Absolutely love it. Thank you, Queen Mia, for showing up, for doing the work. Another go-getter that. Kia Stokes, I love it. We got Anna. I love it. I love it, y'all. Y'all are getting it done. Another one who got that business planner done. Those challenges. How many of y'all got that business planner work done? That is the challenge for this week. Put a 1 in the chat if you got your business planner work done. Okay, so we're going over Anna right now. She states embracing positive self-talk, engaging in only positive self-talk and affirmations is non-negotiable for me. This means consciously choosing to speak to myself in a kind, encouraging, and empowering manner. reframing from negative thoughts, focusing on my strengths. By having this non-negotiable, I am creating a foundation of self-belief and self-confidence that fuels my growth and success. I absolutely love it, Queen Anna. 2, she's talking about building supportive relationships, cultivating relationships with individuals who are willing to support and uplift me in achieving my goals. Surrounding myself with people who believe in my potential and are willing to provide guidance and resources is essential for personal growth and success. Absolutely is. That's what this community is all about. And 3, continuous learning from successful individuals, learning from others who have already successfully achieved the same goals I have, recognizing that this is crucial to seek knowledge and insights from those who have already experienced the journey and achieved success. This includes taking advantage of the availability of the supportive MMA community and resources provided. Absolutely. That's powerful, Queen. Thank you so, so much. Next up, where we going? Healthy lifestyle. I love it. That was the Queen Latanya. Okay, we're under gratitude now. I'm loving the improvement. We could still do better. We had 34 people in here. We could still get better. I'm loving the improvement though. I appreciate y'all. Queen Kia, I am grateful for this day and the opportunities that come along with it. I am blessed to be here and have another chance to live out my purpose. I am grateful for my family. I am grateful to have people who have celebrate and support me on this journey. I am grateful for the tough love and them not allowing me to give up on myself. I am grateful for this community. I am grateful to have so many supportive mentors, coaches, and peers. They are a reminder that I am not alone on this journey. I am also grateful to be able to encourage and support them because it is not all about receiving. To receive, you must give. Yes, yes, and yes. Y'all show the family some love in the chat. It's all about the community, family. I love it. This community is nothing like it. And y'all know that. If y'all know there is no place like this community, I need y'all to put those mailboxes and that Luhv Plus in the chat. Put it in there. Okay, Queen Mia, today I am grateful for the contacts that I've made in the MMA community. My fellow mentees and the coaches are smart, dynamic, and inspiring. Every session has proved to be a lesson in life and in business. Today, I am grateful for a gorgeous spring-like day. Looking forward to taking my daughter out to the riverfront to have lunch and take a walk. That sounds amazing. We both get to recharge. We both get recharged when we spend time in the sun. Absolutely. Today, I'm grateful for the ability to be flexible with my schedule. Work-life balance is key. Spending time with my family is my greatest joy. Show some love in the chat. I love it, y'all. Again, highlighting that MMA community. Did y'all drop those mailboxes in that Luhv Plus in the chat? Kyle Alexander, another business planner. I love it. I'm seeing it here. Great improvement, family. Queen Latifah, she got that business planner done. Congratulations to everybody that went in there and got the business planner done. Okay, so we are at commitments. Tanisha, okay, we are moving. Okay. Okay. Daily commitments. And we are at Jovalie. I commit to using 3-hour performance time blocks to work on my priority tasks for the day. I will use the Pomodoro technique and place my phone on airplane mode to minimize distractions. Woo, how many of us have done that? I love that. Set the intention, be intentional. That is extremely intentional. V, the Queen V, she said, today I will start a challenge in Luhv Plus. I haven't completed a challenge since the Clarity Challenge. When I completed it, it gave me a sense of accomplishment. It pushed me to do things I was supposed to get done a while ago. Okay. And there is your feedback. Create a business plan challenge. There we go. From your mentor. All right, family. I love it. I love it. I love the improvements. I'm glad that y'all actually are taking heed to the fact that this is something that we definitely need to do on a daily basis. It is truly important. And again, how we do one thing is how we do. I hope that we are tying all of this into each other and seeing how important it is that we actually show up and get this work done. Today was all about tracking our money and starting to see where we're placing our money and how important it is. So, what does that say in the chat? Yes, it is. Latanya. It's my darling. All righty, y'all. So how we feeling? How y'all feeling? Y'all good? Everybody good? Y'all here? Everybody still here? We good? I hope so. So we are moving on. Yeah, we are moving on into the task of the week. Real quick. We're going to move on into the task of the week. Anybody going to pull that up? Thank you. So for today, this is week 2. And so for today, this is about your current currency circulation reflection. So your task 1 is to write out a detailed list where your current currency circulates. You're going to include specific places, individuals, and products where you currently invest your money. So it's all about reflecting. Reflect on the patterns of your circulation and identify any areas where adjustments or enhancements can be made. So could align with the principles of financial empowerment discussed in week 2. Share your reflections with the group to foster collective insights and discussions on current currency circulation. So again, we're looking to make sure that our money, our currency is circulating, that it's being kept in motion. Our money is being kept in motion. So that is your task 1. Write out a detailed list. Task 2 is about future currency circulation strategies. So you're going to create a comprehensive list outlining the potential ways your currency could circulate to achieve or surpass your daily, monthly, yearly financial goals. You're going to look to include strategic placements into places, people, or products that align with the principles of continuous financial flow discussed in week 2. So again, you're going to reflect on how these potential circulation strategies can contribute to financial empowerment and your financial empowerment journey. You're going to look to share your envisioned currency circulation strategies with the group, encouraging feedback and collaborative discussions on optimizing financial goals through purposeful circulation. So again, all of us are on our own journey. We all have our own ways of doing things and how we are placing our money and where we're at as far as our money goes and how we're circulating our money. So we're all going to do that personal evaluation and see what we're doing and how we can improve that. And we're going to look to collaborate and come back and talk about this together. So please make sure we get this task done. We will revisit this. So make sure y'all get this work done, family. Please and thank you. This is important because you have financial goals. And so we had Chris Tuma come up here and he talks to us about money. What are we doing with our money? This ties in right with this. What are you doing with your money? This is exactly what this is about. Where are you placing your money and what can we do to improve the currency and the flow of the money that we have? All right, y'all. I like today.
Hold on, real quick, honey. Just a reminder, if anybody needs to go, you can go. If anybody would like to stay, I would like to open up a space for you to do this work right now versus giving you time to go out and do other things to distract your time, where if you're already locked in, you can get that done. So if you have to go, go. Don't feel like you're held here. If you do want to get some stuff done now, this would be the time to get it done. Who's clear on those assignments? Let me know in the chat. If you're unclear, put a 2. If you're clear, put a 1. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see what they say in the chat. Okay. So let me do this real fast. I'm going to share my screen. Once again, you can leave if you're done. If you schedule something where this conflicts your schedule and you have to go, please go. I do not want y'all to be texting my coaches in the back end and complaining, oh, accountability call going overtime. No, no. If you would like to get more value, you stay. If you can't, you go. Very simple. And I'm just holding this as everybody who, like, you got the information that you needed. Like, you understand that you got the information that you needed. Now, I just want to provide more value because that's what I like to do. So I'm going to hold the space to provide more value here, if you would like to. So this is what I want to do. I'm going to share my screen real fast, and I'm going to reiterate this for Scan, Vanita. Who else said? Put a 2 in the chat if you're not clear. I ask if you're clear, put a 1. I seen 1 1, and I seen 2 2s, but I see 30 people. I see 3 2s, I see 1 1, and I see 30 people. What's going on? Like, maybe it's me. Like, I gotta just realize maybe it's me. Is it me, y'all? Is it me? Am I the one? Like, am I thrown off or something? Or what? I see 30 people. I see 4 2s, and 3 1s. Like, so I just don't understand where everybody else is at. So maybe they don't want the value. All right, you want to wrap up, Sunshine? You want to go to commitments and closings and just wrap it up? You don't know? What you want?
I want them to get it. If they're not getting that, they just simply need to write a list as far as, where they're placing their money, to list it out as far as where they're listing out their money. I want them to get it. If they're not getting it, we can close it up, but I really prefer that they have a clear understanding of what the task is, because they can't do the work if they're not clear. So I prefer for them to have a clear understanding of what the assignment is.
Okay. So remember back when we mentioned to you that money is about the circulation, right? Like, the amount of money that you have in your pocket is predicated on the circulation of your money. If you're circulating it in places where you are going to get a return on that circulation, then it's keeping the flow of circulation, right? So it's keeping you gaining more money, right? It's interest, compound interest. If you are putting your money in places that stops it from getting money back to you, and then you're going to realize that your finances are not where they should be, or where you want them to be, or where you would like them to be, right? So where are you placing your money? So right now, everybody can write a list down of where you're placing your money. When we talk about money, money has a root word, and it's a short root word, which is mo. Right? And y'all, some of y'all heard about this mo money, right? Some of y'all want mo money, right? More money. So why do they want more money? Because they understand that more money means money in motion. If you have your money in motion, what that dictates is that you're going to receive more money. If your money is not in motion, your money is stopped, you're going to lose money. And this is the example of putting your money in a bank and having your money stopped, right? If you put your money in a bank and you just save it, are you gaining more money or are you losing money, right? Especially if there's something called inflation that's happening by the day. So let's just be clear on that. So where are you placing your money at, right? Where is your money? Because guess what? Your money needs to be in motion in order to have energy, so that way you could utilize that energy to create experiences. So when people say money does not make them happy, I would like for you to realize that that is a bull-faced lie. Money produces an energy that creates an experience that lets you to be happy, which is produced by the motion of money, right? So if that's clear, put clear in the chat. If that's clear, put clear in the chat. If that's not clear, put 2 in the chat, because we want to know if you're unclear, because we want you to have clarity. Like, the truth of the matter is, this is not hard. None of this is difficult. It's just that we're not clear on what it is that we want as far as goals and what it is that we do to accomplish and complete those goals. So when it comes to energy, we understand that energy creates these waves, which is called currents, right? So now the beautiful thing about it is that most of you experience this, and this will let you know, when you look at it, there's going to be times where your money is what? Put the answer in the chat. There's going to be time, like give you an example. Around Thanksgiving, December time, your money is what? Low, right? It's low, it's stagnant. It's not as much as you're spending a lot on what? What are you spending a lot on? You're spending a lot on circulating your money in places that's going to bring back more money, or what? Food, gifts. I told y'all before, food, you have to, it's the cost of doing business. So you have to just chuck it up that, hey, money is not gonna, buying food is not gonna circulate the money unless I'm buying products that I intend to sell. If you buy food products that you intend to sell, then it's gonna circulate the money. If you do not, then guess what? It's just a write-off, and you just understand you gotta write that off. Like, all right, that's a loss, okay? You want the waves to be in your favor. But you have to understand that money comes with ups and downs. And what we call what? Other words, what is it called? Ups and downs when it comes to finances is also called what? Ebbs and flows, right? So this is where we get down to the currency part. And this is where you're going to understand how to do the exercise. So task 1, when we ask you to write down all the places that you invest your money, where you put your money into, that stops the flow of your money. So now, for example, when we talk about circulation, we're talking about keeping the thing going, right? We're talking about keeping the thing going. So give me some examples of where you can use your money to purchase something, to acquire something that somebody else wants, that now you can offer to those individuals. That is how basically you're keeping your money circulated. When you put your money in the bank, what happens is you're giving your money to the bank. That's why the bank circulation is so huge, because they take everyone's money and then they go invest everyone's money, and they give you a fraction of what that investment has made them, right? So give me some examples in the chat just so I can understand that you are following, right? When you put your money in places, what type of places can you put your money in that can yield the circulation of currency? What type of places can you put your money in that can keep the circulation of money? Let me know in the chat. Investments, IULs, insurance, crypto. All right, so cool, we got that. Those are the places that we can do. Houses, right? Assets such as real estate, whether it's commercial or residential. Okay, moving on, because we got that. People. When we say putting money into people, can y'all give us an example of that? The money that you put into people. Mentorship. What else? Children. I'm not quite sure about children, but community. Yes. What else? What else? In other words, what can I use with my money to acquire that I can sell? That's the formula. What can I use with my money that I can acquire that I can sell? Because if I sell it, then I get more money. If I spend the money I just got to reinvest into my business, then I make more money because I'm selling more of what somebody else wants. Right? So people, y'all moving too fast, saying digital assets, and I ain't even get to that. So pay attention. Let's stay here, family. We didn't even get to all of that yet. We're just talking about people. I need you to understand where to put your money at because you're going to choose one of these three things or all of them. So when it comes to people, where else do you put the money at? I seen y'all said mentorship and community. What else? What else? You see how we're getting stuck, and this is why we run out of options and we don't know what to do with the money. So now when we talk about other people, what about affiliates? What about affiliates? What about business partners? What about people putting people on an operating agreement so that way we can go and get more cash flow from the banks? Isn't that circulation of money? Isn't that me putting my investment into a person, putting my money into a person, right? We have to be creative. Everybody drop the word creative. So I see y'all got the things down pat. Y'all got the things down pat. So I seen ebooks, I seen digital assets, I seen all that stuff. Great job, great job. So right, so the way to understand this is like when I asked y'all before about the waves, right? It's like ebbs and flows. Now, sometimes you're gonna get these wins where if you keep your money in circulation, you're gonna get a win, right? But if you don't keep your money in circulation and you block your money, you're not gonna have any wins, right? You're just gonna have the wind blowing down on you. So where are you putting your money at that stops you when you put your money in places? Where do you put your money in places that stop you from circulating the money to have more cash flow? Give me some places, give me some things that you put your money into that stops you from gaining more money, more currency. Clothes. All right, we got that. You put your money in clothes. The only way that you're going to make money off of your clothes is if you do what? If you're a marketer, if you're an advertiser, if it's your own clothes and you intend to sell it. If you're utilizing clothes to acquire a certain customer, you have to have the intention to sell. The way to make more money is to do what? Put the answer in the chat. The way to collect currency is to do what? Sell. Sell, 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 sell. Get comfortable with selling. You've been selling all day. You sell your time for a fraction of the cost. So please don't tell me that you're not willing to sell. You give your time at bargain discounts. You give your time at wholesale rates. Okay. What else? What else do you put your money in as far as places go? That stops the flow of your money. That stops your wins. What else? Food, right? We know we need food as a write-off, so we're not gonna really count that so much because we need the food. Without the food, we die. We don't have a business, nothing to sell. Without eating properly, we get sick, have diabetes, cancer, heart attack. We die, don't have nothing to sell. So we understand that food is just the cost of doing business. All right, casino. Okay, cool. Right, gambling. Right. What else? Good job on that. What else? Come on, think. You have to think because if you do not think, then you keep doing the same things and your money does not show up because you already have the money, y'all. You already have the money. TV, yes. 100% TV, Netflix, 100%. Hulu, 100%. The person who has your attention has your ascension. If you're just putting your money and putting your attention into watching Hulu, Netflix, and chilling, then that's all you're going to have, and that's not enough to make you feel anything other than satisfied for that moment. And then after the show is over, you feel depressed. All right. Where else? So when you talk about people, where do you put your money at with people? This is very important, y'all, for y'all to do this task to understand this. Where do you put your money at when it comes to people? That stops your wins. Let me know. Let me know. Club, exactly. Y'all get creative when it's time to go get the bottles of Henny and Casamigos. But when it's time to understand to run a play, you act like you're lost. We don't want that. That's not us. We got to get rid of that mindset, that stinking thinking. And we have to understand we're not putting ourselves in position to have our money in people and places that cause us to block our wins. What else? What else? When you're giving your all the money that you make, you're giving it to your family members. Like, I'm guilty of it. Trust me, I'm guilty of it. Give all my money to my family members, and they just screw it all over anyway. You think that money is their issue, and money is not their issue. They have an issue bigger than money. They don't even understand these principles that we're teaching right now. They keep spending the money at the club and thinking that's going to do something. They keep spending the money on the things that don't serve them. The new clothes, right? So, all right, what about the things? What about the things that we invest into? And I know some of y'all don't want to hear it, but all them little toys that you buy for your children, all those little toys that you buy for your children, add them all up. I know you get so much gratitude from that one moment that they feel surprised and happy and like, yes, mom, thank you, dad. This is amazing. And then now you stepping on it and questioning why they got it all over the floor. So let's be real about this. I know what's going on in the house. Don't play games. I know what's going on in the house. All right, cool. So when we understand that, right? We understand that in order to become that very important person, right? That PI, that VIP, we got to have these PIVs. And it ain't even about, some of y'all don't have to worry about the P right now. Y'all just need income vehicles. We just need to be able to sell something. You need some type of income vehicle to be able to push this narrative that it's about the exchange, right? Last thing I'm gonna say before I close it up, y'all, because we got to go. It's all about the exchange. What are you willing to exchange? See, when we talk about the currency, right, the circulation. Now, some of y'all said y'all put your money into places, right, IULs. So for the IUL, for you, what happened? Like, what's the exchange? The exchange is, I'm going to take the money that I could be spending on myself right now, and I'm going to put it into a vehicle that's going to make me compound interest. So with that, you have exchanged something. You exchanged the gratification of right now, and you've changed into a person who could wait for something longer term that's better, such as if you're an entrepreneur, you look at IULs as your retirement fund. Right? So this is your perspective. You're looking at IULs, your retirement fund. So guess what? You have changed, and now that's an exchange. You no longer need to worry about that part of development. You have changed already, and you've now exchanged it to someone else, right? So what happens is now somebody else can pay you for that same information. So you can now go teach somebody else. Once you get your policy done and once you max fund it and you see how it works, now you can go teach somebody else how to do the exact same thing. And then you can put your money into people like my brother Jamel, Mr. Brooklyn Business, and now you become one of his affiliates if that's a possible thing for you. And now you make money through the knowledge that you acquire from your experience, but also from the person that is helping run the policies. So now the circulation of your money has gained, right? The pool of your money has gained. This whole pool over here has gotten bigger now. If I'm making sense, somebody put make sense in the chat. If I'm making sense, somebody put make sense in the chat. Your pool of money has gotten bigger now, all right? Because you're not invested in. Okay, cool. What about the things that you've gotten that you could invest in, that the exchange of the things? So, okay, cool. You created your first digital product. You had to exchange the story that was inside the digital product, the learnings and the teachings, and now you've exchanged it. You've now went from a person who was going through these things to be a person that has gone through them and now can help other people get through them. When Ramel was talking about the Harriet Tubman, this is something that we were talking about last night after the call, after our class last night. We were talking about this whole model after the year of the championship. We're going to have to talk about the whole ideology of being able to go and get this thing and bring people along with you. Now, that's the whole Harriet Tubman thing, right? So what things have you acquired that now you can give to somebody else? That way they can level up their lives. So the getting money is easy. This is about the strategy now, right? So the exchange part is very important because money is currency, right? Money is currency. But what is currency? It's an exchange. It's a change. It's something that you're changing. So I'm giving you this so I can get this. It's a change. Who do you need to change? I used to be a person that had all these assets, but now I sold them. So now I have different assets and now I have a different life with a different experience. Okay, now you need to circulate that. Now it becomes an exchange. Okay, so the change that you used to have over here, is now an exchange. You're no longer this person. You've changed into this person here who has the goods and the services or the mental to exchange. Same thing when it comes to your time. The time that you used to exchange on Netflix, you have to manage it better so that way you can make more money. So you exchange it with what? Learning. You exchange it with learning. And then guess what? As you exchange it with learning, you now get something out of it. You now have a tool. Now you now make money or have some type of experience that you can sell to acquire money. And it's all due to your exchange. If you exchange a little bit of time of learning about how to create wealth, the exchange is going to be minimal because you're not going to learn how to exchange wealth. You're not going to know how to get wealth because you've only spent a little bit of time on it. If you're only spending a little bit of time in your course modules to learn how to do real estate, the chances are your exchange, you're not going to do real estate. You're just going to know what to do in real estate. You're just going to know that it's possible, right? But you're not going to know how to actually do it. And this is why some of us get stopped. You have to invest time into yourself. Remember we talked about the circulation of money, right? No one mentioned that the person that they can invest in were themselves. No one mentioned that. The place that you can invest in is the place that you're in right now. The things that you can invest in is the tools that you have right now at your disposal. All right. So you want to make sure that we're creating a circulation of money. That's it for this particular screen share. Last thing, we're gonna go over that. If y'all need to take a screenshot of this, everybody can take a screenshot of this, but this will be the last thing before we close out. All right, cool. So when we talk about the tasks, so your first task is to pretty much understand where are you putting your money at right now? Like, where's the circulation of your money? Where's it being stopped at? When you start to unplug that, you can now let that flow go again consistently. So that's the second part. The second part is for your future currency circulation strategy. Where would you like to put your money at? Everybody should be focused on acquiring a business or acquiring a product or acquiring something, some type of information, some type of knowledge that they can then sell to somebody else. Every single day, there's over 300,000 people who turn 21, which means that you are going to always have people that you can sell to who may used to be in your situation, who may need somebody like you to get out of their current situation. So at this time, I would like to go to the commitments and closings, and let's bring up Jazz and then followed by Sunshine.
Let's get it, family. We have our commitments and closing segment on our Don't Fall Friday. We're going to talk about what we committing to, what we getting into for the weekend, what we get into for week 2, what we get into for the first quarter that we are making it through, okay? We are not stopping. We are not folding. We are on to the next, on to the bigger, on to the better. So this screen is coming up to talk about what it is that we are committing to. I love when our mentor, Big Mogul, came on and he just talked about the fact that preparation, right? Preparation is really set by the commitments that you make. In order to be prepared, you have to sit down and write it out. You have to sit down, think it out. You have to sit down, plan it out. But you have to commit to doing it. That time blocking that we consistently speak about, these tasks that we have, these are all commitments to be prepared. So we can walk a flock of flame with everybody, okay? Everybody. So our commitments throughout the week are crucial. We know that. Somebody drop crucial in the chat. If you know how important commitments are to your goals, to your dreams, to exactly what it is that you have to get done. You have to get it done. There is no overwhelm. There is no, this is a lot. There is no, I don't know if I can do it. No, you have to get it done. If not, then trade places with somebody else to join the mentorship. Respectfully. That currency flow that we keep speaking about, the reflection, you need to take, we need to take 20 minutes to reflect on where the money is actually circulating. List the specific places, individuals, and products. and evaluate the alignment with week 2's financial empowerment principles, sharing insights with your group for collective discussion. Sometimes we're not the ones to really see it through for us. We tend to be our worst quote unquote critic. So when you collaborate and you speak to others, that discussion of with like-minded individuals, that's what really sets the next step. That future currency strategy, a blueprint is key. Somebody drop blueprint in the chat. Somebody put blueprint in the chat. We got to get through this fast. We got to move through this with speed. Let's go. Somebody put blueprint. Thank you. Thank you. There we go. There we go. Turn it up for me one time. Invest in that 15 minutes in creating a blueprint for potential currency circulation strategies, aligning with your financial goals. That specific strategic placements into those places, those peoples, those products, and discuss it as we go along week 2. So those tangible assets, I know Chris Toomer talked about tangible assets. Dedicate 25 minutes to research potential tangible assets, investments within your real estate or within your specific business or other areas that you know you have to invest your money, your bread, your time, your energy in to get a return. So yes, being conscious of that spending challenge. What is the spending challenge? Embarking on a 3-day conscious spending challenge means that you are putting money into something that is going to give you a return. It is an investment that you are getting a return from, being mindful of what you're spending in the next 3 days. Align that with week 2's financial circulation principles and reflect on each decision you make. Drive past the McDonald's. Drive past it. Don't turn back. The food is plastic. I'm going to give y'all that gem, respectfully, right? We want to inspire each other, inspire others, but most importantly, inspire ourselves. We got to be that twin flame for us. So I want everyone to commit to these commitments, do the task homework that we got to get done. There is no overwhelm. It's an overflow of information so that you can overflow on your goals and now be an inspiration. Let's go, y'all. It's time to close it up because we got to get out there and don't fold for the rest of the week, rest of the weekend, all that. Let's get it. Bring sunshine up. I want the sunset right now.
Let's go, family. Let's go. Let's go. Again, this has been another great segment as far as our accountability calls. Listen, so we had our king, Chris Toomer, come through here and talk to us about how money grows on trees. And we already know that we are in a community, like the seeds that have been planted in us and the seeds that we're planting now, we are looking to plant seeds that will grow our legacy tree. And so we don't have time to be tired. We don't have time to be talking about it's too much. We don't have time to be talking about we overwhelmed. Our legacy don't have time to be hearing that. We all know and understand that we carrying our legacy on our back right now. We are the leaders. We strong enough. We built for this. So what? We got to sit up there and go into the Luhv Plus and we got to answer some questions, right? So what? We got to do some tasks. So what? We got class at night. So what? We got class in the morning. This is about your legacy. What are you talking about? Is that too much for your legacy? What are you willing to exchange for your legacy? That little bit of time, if you're complaining about it, then it's not a legacy that you're trying to leave. I'm sorry. Stop saying you want to leave a legacy because that's not what you're trying to leave. Okay, but I'm going to go ahead and get to this. So Chris Toomer, Mr. Too Much, he came through and he talked about the 3 most important financial statements, right? If y'all know the 3 most important financial statements, drop it in the chat. He talked about them being what? Your income statement, your balance statement, right? What else? And your statement of what? Your cash. What's that other word? Flows. We still talking about that currency. We flowing, right? He asked us how we spending our money. That's the same thing the king is talking about. Like, we need to know. That's what your task is about. How are you spending your money? We need to know this. Where are you spending your money? It's all about your financial health. Are you financially healthy? right? Do you have more liabilities than assets? Because if you do, you're not financially healthy. And we got to do something about that. Our king talked to us and he asked, like, basically made the statement and he said, what you focus on expounds. And so I say it as what you focus on grows and what you starve dies. That's imperative. You need to know that. King Crew comes through and he says what? Whoever has your attention has your ascension. That's major. Put all of that together and understand that our mindset and where we're putting our money and where we're placing it, like literally has everything to do with the place that we stand right now financially. Everything. Don't put your money in people, places, and things that block your wins. Remember the diagram that he showed us. And he has the winds and the seas and the motion and all of that. And how if we don't get that wind, it's going to stop our currency in the flow. And that wind is that WINDS, but it also stops your WINS. It all goes together. Have your money in motion. And if we put in our money in the bank, it halts that immediately. As soon as we put our money in the bank, it stops that motion. Stop hustling backwards. We all have to stop hustling backwards. What have we acquired at this point that we can now give to somebody else that we could actually make money from? What? We all talk about we're overwhelmed, we're overwhelmed, we're overwhelmed. That means you are overwhelmed with information that you can now make money from. What are we talking about? Be overwhelmed with information that you can now make money from. We should all be doing that. It's all about the exchange. What are you willing to exchange to create the currency that you are looking to have? This has been your accountability call. Yup, it's still Friday. I want y'all to have a blessed one. Get out here and be productive, be fruitful, have an amazing weekend, but get your work done because this is all about going to the next level because y'all are mailbox millionaires. And this is our championship year. And we got to make sure that we are staying focused and intentional, family. This is it. I love y'all to life. King Crew, how you feeling? We out.
First, thank you. Can y'all drop the sunshine emojis in the chat for sunshine? Thank you for just getting us present and allowing us to feel that love before we go out and execute. Look, everything that you want, y'all, is right in front of you. You just got to go out and do it. The biggest thing I'm going to keep saying to you is strategic partnerships. One of the underlying factors is writing this stuff down. When we brought up Chris showed you and demonstrated to you that it's about tracking your money. Like the chances are, if you don't track your money, you don't track your goals, you don't track your progress. If you don't track your progress, you don't track your goals, chances are you don't track your money. So I'm not confused about what's happening to people when they are saying that they don't have it. They're right. And I need everybody here to get it. Why? Because we're the best of the best. Why? Because we have everything that we need. We just got to realize that we are the superpowers. We are the superheroes. We are the person that's going to allow us to get to that next destination. And the truth of the matter is it could be here sooner rather than later. So let's go out there and win. If this is a championship year, if this is a year you're going to take your life to the next level, if this is the year that you're going to feel more abundant, if this is the year that you're going to work out more, if this is the year that you're going to have an abundance of success, I want you to drop the trophy emojis in the chat because this is your championship year, right? Everybody come off of mute. I want you to snap it up. I want you to clap it up. I want you to make some noise. And I also want you to make sure you do the homework on the weekend because just because the weekend doesn't mean the week stops, okay? We got some more levels to get to, baby. Sometimes the weekend is just getting started for some of you all, and that way you can have time and more time to really build. So everybody off of mute, everybody clap it up and snap it up for themselves for being amazing and taking this opportunity. I want to give y'all some love, but I want you to love yourself.
Let's go, y'all.
Yeah.
Go, y'all. Come on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yo, let's get it.
go,
Let's
let's
get it.
go,
Let's
let's
get it.
go.
Let's get it. Let's
Friday,
get it.
guys.
Let's
go, let's
get
go.
it.
It's Friday. Bring
Start
that
the
energy.
day.
It
Come
is
on, y'all can do better than that.
Friday.
All right,
Let's
show
get
that
it.
You can
love,
do
show
better
that
than
love, show
that.
that love, show that
Boom.
You
love.
can do better
Friday,
than
y'all.
that.
Let's
All
go.
right,
Let's go. Let's
Let's
go.
go. Let's go.
shit.
I love me. Shit.
Yes.
Friday.
Loving me. Freedom Friday.
Love y'all, fam. Let's
Yes.
Let's
get
get
it.
it.
Don't fall
Don't
Friday.
fold Friday.
One fall Friday. Let's go.
Get
Oh,
it.
Just don't
Let's
fold
make it
Friday.
happen.
Don't you
let's
fold.
get it.
You better not fold.
Don't be
Bet
hiding
not.
on the weekend. Get that work done.
I know that's right.
Absolutely. Yo, just so y'all know, everybody start getting your foundational 5 together, because next week we're going over your foundational 5. We're gonna help you put it together. So in preparation, if you have done everything and you need a little insight of what we're doing next week, get your foundational 5 together. If you haven't completed everything that we've done, you shouldn't even be looking for the foundational 5. You should be looking to complete the work that you haven't completed. Go ahead and get that build your business or create a business plan challenge. And then also, you can also do the Master Manifesto Challenge as well this week. So just letting y'all know, you are amazing, you are whole, you are complete, you are abundant. I'm out of here. Mindset Mogul. Peace.